Well, I guess not all the veteran Rare devs went to Playtonic. Apparently there's another studio, and they're making another throwback platformer, so here we go. I was very excited when I saw this. I was scrolling through IG and I said, wow, what is this? Another a 3D platformer from veteran Rare developers. What, Playtonic's making another game and it's not Yooka-Laylee 2? What's this? Tamarin I'm seeing here. It's another 3D platformer from veteran Rare devs, not Playtonic. Apparently they didn't all go to Playtonic. Clearly they didn't. We knew this. I'm just having fun here. But yeah, it's a little misleading. The title of the article that I read, I was like, oh my god, what is this about? I watched the video. We'll get into that in a second. But anyways, it's a collect-a-thon platformer. It's got guns in it for some reason. I don't know, they want to throw in some like Jet Force Gemini inspiration in there, and like just a mix of different type of classic genres. I guess over-the-shoulder third-person shooter, not a first-person shooter. It's got three. I only saw 3 veteran Rare developers on the case here, and none of them were programming it or like doing level design or anything like that. The only 3 developers I saw were Richard Voucher was the art production, which is very important. Don't get me wrong. Art production is very important. He designed Banjo and Diddy Kong apparently, so knows what he's doing for his character design. The character designs did look pretty classic in the trailer that I saw for this thing. It looked pretty 90s. I was like, oh, okay, all right, I'm feeling this. The art was good. The graphics were good. Everything looked good on that end. David Wise doing the music. He did Donkey Kong Country music. I hope we get a water level. Because that motherfucker knows how to do a goddamn water level. Trust me. We'll see about that. But David Wise, amazing music. Donkey Kong Country 2 is my favorite soundtrack of all time. I don't know if he worked on the whole series, but goddamn it, Donkey Kong Country 2 is really good. And then Granamine Norgate. Can't read my own fucking handwriting. Something Norgate. Granime Norgate. I don't... Look it up! Did sound effects, and he did sound effects for GoldenEye and Killer Instinct, and I'm like, is sound effects really that important? I mean, okay, great, I don't remember anybody specifically being like, dude, Killer Instinct had amazing sound effects, dude. I play GoldenEye and the sound effects, wow. I feel like sound effects are pretty hard to fuck up, right? So it's sound effects. I mean, maybe Norgate's a legend in the sound effects department, but you know, I never hear anybody talk about it, so I don't know. The bad guys in the game, they were like bug creatures, and they had like, it was like army-inspired type of bugs. That's who you fight with the guns, was the fucking bug creatures. This little 2-minute trailer I saw, he was like underground fighting these weird ants, and there was these beetles, and the beetles like blew everything up and like destroyed their wherever the fuck these monkeys live. Tamarin is a monkey, I guess, and then it showed like, you know, some classic platforming, like I said, and it was like some weird gunplay mixed into there, over the shoulder third person. I'm sure you're gonna upgrade your weapon and whatever and blah blah blah. It's a collect-a-thon. It had little looked like raspberries you were collecting. You gotta save these little birds. You gotta collect the birds. It looked like there was locked doors, like pathways that were locked behind how many birds you had. Because I saw him, he like picked up one bird and then like a door opened up. So it looks like a pretty classic Rare style platformer here, but I thought it was a little misleading that like the Rare veterans are at it again. I think most of them are at Playtonic, the people that worked on like Banjo and all that other stuff. I think they're over at people like to design the worlds and did all that stuff. I think they're over at Playtonic, and they just got these 3 over there. I don't remember the studio that developed them. I'm sorry whoever you are. I'm not giving you enough credit, the credit that you deserve, I guess. But I'm gonna check it out. I was excited. I was like, okay, I'll give this a shot. Yooka-Laylee, Playtonic had their chance. It was okay. The levels were too fucking big. The levels were huge. This was giving off that kind of vibe though. It looked pretty empty, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give it a shot. Definitely looked better visually than Yooka-Laylee. But yeah, it looked a little empty. Yooka-Laylee, that was my main problem with it. If they would have compacted everything down more, don't give me the fucking book where you open up twice as much level with just as much empty space. Woo! It was terrible. That was terrible level design. Give me a compact Banjo-Kazooie. Give me a compact Banjo-Kazooie style level. And then I'm happy. You gave us what, like 5 levels or some shit, 6 levels, and you made them huge. Give us like 10 smaller levels. That's great. Give them some real charm, some real character, just like Banjo-Kazooie. That game oozes character out the ass. So that's what we need. This game, this Tamarin game is coming out on PS4 and PC. No word for Switch or Xbox. I don't know if it's an exclusive deal with console exclusive for Sony. I don't know. But you know how that goes. There's like always a timed exclusive for games and they come out later. Like that fucking Hat in Time and all these other random games. So the Switch might get this eventually. I mean, it's perfect for the Switch, right? It's a golden era platformer. It's from Rare's golden era development team. Woohoo! So this is something that would be right at home on the Switch. I'm certainly hoping it comes to the Switch. If there is a word of that, I will save my money and wait for the Switch port. If not, I'm going to check out the PS4 port, or not port, the PS4 version. And yeah, we'll see if it's good. And maybe I'll talk about it on the channel. And maybe it sucks. Maybe be like, wow, no one can make a good platformer anymore besides Nintendo. What's wrong with everyone? I guess we'll see. Time will tell. Tamarin, I'm looking at you. You better bring the goods. Nintendo took down a Commodore 64 port of Super Mario Bros. It was a fan port. A programmer by the name of Zero Page, they go by that. I don't know where they go by that as, but Zero Page, that's the name I got. They worked on this for 7 years. Obviously, this was not all they were working on for 7 years. I certainly hope not. If that's the case, then you're a terrible programmer, I'd imagine, and you quit. But I'm sure it was like a fun little side project as they were going through life. Like, oh, I got a day off. I'm gonna work on my little Mario game for a couple hours. Here we go, boom. Apparently, it's a really, really good recreation. On the Commodore 64, it like runs really close to the NES original. From what I heard, I didn't see anything, or I didn't care to even watch anything. I just thought this was a dick move by Nintendo because they took the goddamn game down. This motherfucker worked on for 7 years on this thing. He put the ROMs were sent to like different websites or whatever, the ROM hosting websites, which that's a sketchy game to be in right now. All right, we all have been seeing what's been happening to ROM websites. It's hard to find ROMs. Actually, I got this little bootleg Game Boy from BitBoy. They sent it to me, and I wanted to download Mother 3 onto it, and I was having a fucking hard time. I finally got it on there. I finally found it, but it was a hassle. I'm going to review that on the channel, the BitBoy, soon. A little Shane review coming your way. Get ready for that. But anyways, yeah, they sent cease and desist to all the websites that were hosting this ROM, and they said, take this motherfucking down. And the websites were like, of course we're going to do that. We don't want to lose millions of dollars. We're out of here. But it did get downloaded. It is out there still. I mean, you can find it on Pirates Bay. I don't know where you could find it at. It's out there on the internet somewhere if you want to check it out. But Nintendo, why you got to take this down? I get it. I know why they had to take it down. They got to protect their intellectual property, blah, 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 all that, the whole 9 yards. But god damn it, this guy worked for 7 years, and it's apparently impressive. And it's on Commodore 64. It's Super Mario Bros. On Commodore 64. This is in no way, shape, or form cutting into your bottom line. Literally no one in the world is gonna download a Commodore 64 ROM of Super Mario Bros. And be like, well, now I'm not gonna get it on the eShop anymore. Haha, that is not a thing. Nintendo, lighten up. I mean, I know you gotta protect your intellectual property, but you can't let some stuff slide. Like, come on. This is a Commodore 64 port by some random man or woman, I don't know who, worked on it for 7 years, and you were just like, you know what? It's cute that you did that, but no! And I think that sucks. And for that, I barely miss Nintendo. The next one's not gonna. Speaking of Nintendo being dicks, Kirby is on PS4 now. Apparently, did you see this, Cameron? Kirby's on PS4. Cameron just walked into the studio here in Santa Monica. Yeah, there's apparently
cupcakes.
Wow, you got cupcakes.
What some, obviously.
I'm too full to eat a cupcake, but thank you so much, Cam.
I was thinking about
You know what? I'm gonna shoot you.
Ah.
Got him. And that's. I don't know why I shot him. Sorry, Cam. Kirby is in a game called Dreams on PS4. It's a sandbox game where players can create their own content on PlayStation. It just went into early access on PlayStation 4 last week. It's been out about a week, I think. And someone created a Kirby project in there. That's what they titled their game in the thing, or I guess it's a level of game. I don't know what the fuck it is. But I watched a video of it, and they made a really, really good Kirby model. Look just like something that Nintendo would make. The Kirby model was really good. The running animation was amazing. I was like, wow, they really nailed it on this. he's just flying around in the level. There's like nothing to do in the level that he's in. He's just like floating around. It's got like the Kirby sound effects and everything. He's trying to make it look like a Kirby world. It looks really nice. It looks really fun. And you know, Kirby's on PlayStation. Is Nintendo gonna be a dick about this? Are they gonna somehow weasel their way into like the PlayStation Dream community and be like, you know what? You can't make Nintendo stuff on Dream on PlayStation, you dicks. I don't know how they. I don't know. Do they have any legal grounds to do this? Because the guy did name it Kirby Project. It is clearly Kirby, and I mean, PlayStation, I'm assuming, is selling the game, and it's a part of the game. It's making money. I don't know how that works. I don't know what the legalities of that is. But if you can take down a goddamn Commodore 64 port ROM, I'd imagine they could have some kind of say in this. I don't really know though. Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Are you a lawyer? Tell me in the comments. God. But it was fun to see, and I'm sure since this thing's only been on a weekend, it's in early access, that people are going to get pretty buck wild on this thing. And maybe this guy's Kirby project is going to turn into a full-fledged 3D Kirby game. Nintendo hasn't given us one of those since, I don't know when, like 64, right? When was the last time we had a Kirby platformer game? I don't know. Kirby Crystal Shards is the last one I can remember. I know there's the fucking racing game on GameCube, but I'm talking about like a Kirby platformer. So, you know, I don't know. And the Dream user who made this was Mr. Callium. So, good on you, Mr. Callium. Hopefully Nintendo does not get up in that ass, which I don't think they can. I don't really know. Like I said, it's a muddy, weird situation to me. But hey, thanks for making 3D Kirby a reality when Nintendo don't. If you want to be like this badass on screen, whom I have my gun pointed at right now, you can hit our merch store, FUgameCrue.bigcartel.com. We got shirts, we got mugs, we got all that fun stuff. Great pricing, fast shipping, good quality. Go check it out if you want to support the channel. But you don't want any merch, we got a Patreon, patreon.com/FUgameCrue, or a direct PayPal link in our description below. We got the links to all kinds of other content down there, skateboarding, my personal channel, all the fun stuff. Go check it out. And I hope you guys have a good time or night or whatever you're doing right now. Have fun with it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
So I want to say thank you to your loyalty. Thank you for your support.
It's a hot gun. That's cocked and loaded.